KEYC News Now to Go is sponsored by River's Edge Hospital and Clinic. People caring for people.
Moments like these make life worth living. River's Edge Hospital and Clinic is your partner in taking control of your own health. Take your steps towards a lasting tomorrow. River's Edge Hospital.
Hello, good morning, and thanks for joining us for this KEYC News Now to Go update. I'm Jackson Jirik. In a few minutes, I'll be joined by First Alert Meteorologist Caitlyn Lorr with a look at today's forecast and the rest of the week. We start with local news. As summer approaches, law enforcement is ramping up patrols and cracking down on speeding and distracted driving. Aaron Stuvey tells us how they're preparing for what they consider to be the deadliest season on the road.
Last year was not a good year.
Starting May 1st, law enforcement agencies across Minnesota will be increasing patrols and cracking down on things like speeding and distracted driving.
479 people lost their lives on Minnesota roads last year. That's the second highest that we've seen in 20 years.
The initiative comes from Minnesota's Department of Public Safety, which works with the state patrol, sheriff's offices, and local law enforcement to find points of emphasis. The department says that they are especially targeting speed and distracted driving because those statistics have been going the wrong direction for several years, and they believe that something has to change.
Every one of these deaths that we talk about, we can talk numbers all we want, but we have to remember these are families that are burying a loved one during this 100 days or any time during the year. And these are lifelong, life-lasting impacts that we're trying to prevent.
The time between Memorial Day and Labor Day are known as the 100 deadliest days, when roads have increased traffic for summer travel and drivers drive faster with no ice or snow holding them back. The added patrols will be at locations that have already been identified as problem areas and will depend on the specific area or community.
We tend to build as much flexibility into the grants with these agencies as we can so that they can customize their traffic enforcement and traffic safety efforts to their local community or their local jurisdictional needs.
Aaron Stuvey, KEYC News Now.
3 men are injured in a crash near Blue Earth on Tuesday night. It happened on 90th Street near 340th Avenue southwest of Blue Earth. According to the sheriff's office, 25-year-old Alberto Alvarez Jr. of Fairmont was driving west on 90th Street when his vehicle left the road, went into the ditch, and rolled, landing on the passenger side. Also in the vehicle were 26-year-old Refugio Sanchez Jr. and 41-year-old Christopher Anthony Miller. The sheriff's office says all 3 were injured and taken to area hospitals. Minnesota State Patrol and the Faribault County Sheriff's Office are still investigating the crash. Well, a longtime business in Mankato on the Hilltop is closing. In a recent social media post, owners of Hilltop Floors say they've made the heartfelt decision to begin the process of closing. The business goes back to 1880 when a horse-drawn cart traveled Windmiller Hill, which is now Madison Avenue. In 2019, the Newman family became the 5th family to own the business. They say they're looking forward to retirement and spending some time with their grandkids and thank Mankato for everything. Well, today's the day. The Dam store will open for the season. Starting today, you can get your legendary pie and delicious Dam burgers downtown Mankato at the Dam store's temporary location. The famous Dam store was forced to close and move following historic flooding last June after the failure of the Rapidan Dam. Last October, the Hershkas opened up shop in the former Wagon Wheel Cafe on Front Street. They will be open 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays, and new this year, they are now serving breakfast. At Minnesota State University Mankato, a club known as the Women in Business Club is celebrating the end of its first year. In a short time, it became the fastest growing club at MSU. It's focused on a very important goal, building a community of women wanting to support each other. It's a community to lean on, especially in the business world, which is known to be male-dominated. Now, with the help of the community and a gala to celebrate, the group has its sights set even higher.
This is just a celebration of the semester as a first-year organization at MSU. We are celebrating our 40-plus members. We're one of the fastest-growing organizations on campus, as well as an opportunity to connect with female-owned businesses in the greater Mankato community, other community members that are wanting to learn more about women in business.
The Women in Business End of the Year Gala is tonight from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Floyd Roberts Jr. Pavilion here in Mankato, with tickets sold at the door. Caitlyn Lorr joining me at the desk now to talk a little bit about the weather that we have had over the recent couple of days. And this morning I walked outside and I was like, oh, we got some rain. And I knew it was coming. I was just surprised because of the amount that we got earlier this week. And I wanted to just expect sunshine and rainbows. And I know that's coming, which is going to be today, tomorrow, and into the weekend.
Yeah, and actually we have a little bit more rain on the way today before we get those sunshine and rainbows.
Bad news.
I know,
Bad news.
But also good news, because it just means more improvements to be made on our drought monitor.
Yeah, that is true.
And with all the rain that we've got, we've been seeing those improvements weekly, and I'm going to show the drought monitor for today's update because it was updated about, 9 o'clock, so about 10, 15 minutes ago. And the good news is we are seeing more improvements, and I'm a little sad because I really thought that we were going to see so much improvement with these two areas in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota kind of connecting, getting rid of some of that yellow there, but didn't quite make that connection yet. I'm going to say yet because I'm hoping that within the next couple of updates, we're going to see more improvements and we'll kind of get rid of this yellow area around the Albert Lee area. We've made more improvements going west across northern Iowa as well, west as well as east. We're seeing less and less of this tannish color, which is moderately dry, and more yellow or clear conditions, just indicating that those grounds are really soaking up the rain that we've been getting and making those improvements. And not only just those improvements, but at a great time of the year, being that we're coming out of a drought from the winter season and the lack of snow we had. This is a great time, especially for the area farmers and those of you with your own gardens starting to get ready for the planting season and eventually soon to come the harvest season, which will be here before we know it, being that today is already May and we're seeing temperatures in the 50s and 60s today. Let's talk about that rain. We do have a minor cold front that's kind of developing along the western border of Minnesota, and that's going to line up, and it already has been through the morning hours. It's going to sweep eastward across the area, even into northern Iowa. Some of these scattered showers are going to become more widespread through this afternoon as this line of showers moves eastward. With that being said, we are primarily looking at just rain, anywhere from light to moderate rain at times. However, a couple of thunderstorms may develop along this area, along the front of the cold front. And with that being said, the good news is we don't have to be concerned about a severe weather threat. We just don't have the right elements out there today to lead into those storms growing strong enough to produce severe type of weather, which would be hail and damaging winds or even tornadoes. It's just too cold out there, too cloudy, not going to happen. We're looking at mostly showers, couple thunderstorms possible, so sit back and enjoy the sound of that rumbling thunder. A lot of this is going to wrap up between 8 and 10 o'clock tonight for areas along and east of I-35. From that point forward, we're going to teeter between partly cloudy and mostly cloudy skies tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, before that cold front moves through, temperatures are going to rise to a high of 61 degrees. And again, we're looking at mainly just showers out there. Just cannot rule out the chance of a thunderstorm developing in the area. As you saw tonight, we are going to be relatively quiet, but a stray shower or sprinkle can't fully be ruled out with the cloud coverage lingering above us as we drop to a low 45 degrees by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles here and there through the afternoon hours. You might get a little wet, you might not, depending on where you are. All in all, it's going to be very light tomorrow. In total, 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rain on the way, and most of that is going to fall through today with that cold front passing through. Jackson, this is for you as we take a look at the extended forecast. Sunshine and rainbows on the way for this weekend with highs in the 70s. The only thing that I have to say is kind of sad is that Cinco de Mayo does not fall on Taco Tuesday this year.
That's okay. I think we can have some tacos and some margs on Monday and Tuesday. Why not?
Just all the more reason to just carry that celebration, right?
Exactly. Start early, start tomorrow, Friday afternoon, and just carry it all the way through Tuesday.
It's going to be sunny and warm. It's perfect.
Sunny and warm, that's all we can ask for. We got a quick sports story really fast here in the sports world over at Minnesota State University Mankato. The Minnesota State track and field team only has 2 home meets left before the NSAC championships begin next Wednesday. MSU competing at the Maverick Open 1. In the women's 100-meter final, Sioux Falls' Tamia Horton takes first place with a time of 11:77. Behind her is MSU's Madison Hubbard, finishing in second place with a time of 12:18. Moving on to the women's 100-meter finals, Nomi Thibault finished in first place with the Mavericks with a time of 13:81. Right behind her in Sioux Falls is Emily Swanson, finishing with a time of 13:92. Both the MSU men's and women's teams finished first. The track and field team will compete on one final time at home this season, and that's this Friday for Maverick Open 2. Field events start at 1 p.m. and track is set to start at 3 p.m. at the Mark Shuck Outdoor Track and Field Complex. Man, if I had to talk as fast as those guys ran, I don't know if I could keep my breath up with that. That was bang, bang, bang. Holy moly.
Oh, man.
Well, thank you very much, Caitlin, and of course, my goodness, my words here. Thanks for watching this KEYC News Now to Go update. Stay with KEYC News Now for the latest local news, weather, and sports on our website.
And download the free KEYC News and Weather apps for the latest headlines and forecast.